Hi there, welcome to a little bit of a Surge playthrough. I'm Waven, otherwise known as Chris, and I'm going to be introducing you to this game.
The ancient Greeks once said, "A society grows great when old men plant trees whose shade they know they shall never sit in." We tend to forget about this, tend to be careless, but we have to rise to the task together. It's up to all of us to sow those seeds, and it's up to us to nurture them towards growth. Creo is not just another company. With Project Resolve, we are building the path to the future. Follow us into a new era, a utopia for all mankind. With every launch, we're healing our planet, restoring its natural shield. A return to the green world we remember, where our children can once more play in the sun. Resolve is not only revitalizing the Earth, but its people too. We've all dreamed of it, and now Creo is making it a reality. Together, we're strong. Together, we can make a change. Unleash your potential with us.
Welcome.
So as you saw, and meet Mr. Don Hackett, we'll be seeing and hearing him a lot. The big draw of this game is that it is focused on combat similar to Dark Souls, but in a futuristic setting. As you saw, the soldiers, or the exoskeletons, those are meant to help disabled people or just general workers be able to do their jobs a lot better and a lot faster. It's going to turn into our main form of combat.
Valuable minds in the city education initiative, and of course, programs like Project Resolve that benefit us all. Creo not only wants to change the world, Project Resolve, we aim to save it. There's no divide here. At Creo, we're all in this together. So welcome to new life as part of the Creo family.
So another thing that this game is known for, or I guess not known for, but the story is said to be, is Creo is a company focused on trying to save the Earth, when in reality, when we get into the deeper side of it, you'll see it's not a sunshine and butterflies. Currently, yes, I am a disabled man. I was able to do some pretty sick movement skills.
We're happy to welcome you as part of our
And this is just me getting hired into this company of evil and debauchery. Go left. I want to go up the stairs. Ah. Yeah, there is some pretty big clipping issues in this game, but it doesn't detract from the experience. This game is still plenty fun if you enjoy Souls-like. It's actually made by the same people who made, what was the game? Lords of the Fallen, I think? One of those games that had the same kind of idea as Dark Souls. Very difficult combat, very unforgiving playtime. And this is where I'm going to get my suit. I get a pick between heavy armor with a lot of stamina usage, or less armor but also pretty stamina heavy, which I'm going to go for because I also really enjoy being fast.
Creo provides you with the
Rig installation program running. Program complete. Patient sedated. Initiating surgery. Implanting neural link.
And that right there is one of my biggest fears. To be told I'm sedated, but I can feel everything. As you saw, I just had metal plates, wires, and such drilled into my blood and bones. Not a fun time! Another thing that happened while we were getting our surgery is a sort of power outage that no one really knew what it was. That was the surge. And that is the namesake right now of this game. That I am currently being attacked by an Amazon drone. It's trying to cut my leg off. So what do? I get used to my new body, and then I pick up a pipe, I beat its face in. That was nowhere near close enough to grab.
You have been designated for disassembly.
So the way this combat works is that left click is sort of a horizontal swing, which you can combo into other swings, where the right swing is a vertical swing. So another big idea of this game is that you're able to target limbs of humanoid foes. So you can focus on cutting off individual pieces to remake them into your own sort of armor or weapons. It also has a sort of implant system, which is kind of like using up core power. Once you upgrade your suit, you'll be able to have more core power, but for now we only have the minimal version. Oh no, he smacked me. It doesn't start out very difficult, but by the end of the game, it's kind of ridiculous with what they're expecting us to fight. Some of the enemies have obscene amounts of health. So what we just picked up is what is used to upgrade and or make new armor pieces and upgrade our weapons. The weapons you can only get by either finding them in the world or cutting them off enemies. And when I say cutting them off, I mean literally severing their arms. 'Cause worst, the non-cool part of that. So that little blue shockwave that it's trying to hit me with is meant to kind of drain two things from me. One, it's supposed to drain my stamina, as well as a bar that I don't really have right now. So it can't really affect me as much, but it'll still do a pretty good amount of damage. I also can't see their health, which is kind of a bummer, but that's why I smacked them a lot. Tech scrap in this game replaces all the other kinds of currency, the souls from Dark Souls, the blood echoes from Bloodborne, and such. It's kind of fun. It's a very interesting concept. Some of the environment is destructible, not all of it. It's kind of hit or miss whether or not something is or not. You have to kind of feel around for the world. Alright. So this area is called Ops. It's what is essentially the bonfires from Dark Souls. And as you can see, our suit isn't fully repaired because there's some things that are still broken on us. So that means we still have to find some stuff before our suit is fully active. This woman.
Are you receiving? Hello? Can you hear me? Are you still there?
I don't think I can interact with her right now. Oh, I can. Never mind. I'm crazy.
Your rig has been damaged. Its distress beacon has been triggered. You need to get back into the factory.
Well, okay. I'll just stroll right on over to the factory then.
I certainly don't recommend walking, but there should be a maglev station nearby. They're never far from ops.
I don't know you. I'm surrounded by dead people here. Maybe someone would like to explain what's going on.
I'm sorry, I don't know. You need to get inside. Maybe you can make something to protect yourself. Operations always has a gear assembly.
The rig seems to work for me. Honestly, it's the least of my problems. I mean, I can walk. Huh. Never thought I'd be able to say that again.
Well, that's good to hear, but the power core is damaged. You'll have to find a new one to make your rig fully functional.
As you can tell, she's a little bit glitchy.
On my way.
Either that's just a radio transmission, or
Don't forget to replace the power
she ain't who
core
she
of your rig,
seems.
or you're not going to get very far.
This right here is the gear assembly. We don't have the access to it, but if you see in the center there, a little big purple mass, it's basically like nano machines. So it uses nano machines to make the gear we want, and so we need to upgrade our suit to be able to use it. Two of the things I just equipped, one was a sort of damage increase. Oh, it's the big floaty boy. I'm gonna be fighting that later. Not right now, though. And so this is what you can do. You can target the individual limbs to try to break them off. The blue pieces are, as it says, unarmored, so they take more damage, but you also won't get any armor or upgrade materials from breaking them off. So, especially for the head, they take a lot of damage to the head. Especially if you're doing vertical attacks or combos. And this one just wants me to kill him. I picked up the proximity sensor from one of the other guys back there, and I equipped it, also at the bonfire. And so now I can make a high-pitched whine when one of those pieces or pickups are near me. So this is going to tell me to target another unarmed piece. So I can do his arms or his legs or his head again. Stamina management is, again, the very big issue in this game. If you're not watching your stamina, you're going to be kind of in trouble when you start to fight with higher level enemies.
Damn it, why don't you listen? You need to upgrade your power core or replace it, otherwise you ain't getting through that door. If you keep trying to overload it without the proper power capacity, security is gonna end up all over your ass. We've come too far to get caught now. Those implants are worth thousands. This is our golden ticket out of here, man. Don't screw it up.
So, one of the things that I'm missing since I don't have a proper power core, as that audio log talked about, is there's another blue bar that we'll get that sort of increases every time we do damage and slowly decreases over time if we don't do damage. And what that blue bar allows us to do is dismember enemies. We can cut off individual pieces, which instantly gives us a kill, as well as, if it's an armored piece, gives us a piece of loot. And this man had a power core for us. So now when I go back to that med bay, which was the ops room, I can actually start using stuff. throughout the world you'll see these things that have a number on them. That tells us what core power we need to have our thing up to, which is the level that we're basically at. And if we reach a certain level, we can start using items around the world or interacting with the world in different ways. That one, I assume, just opens up a door or opens a path for us to go through to find more loot or to get to get to a part easier in a
This is
level.
not a scheduled break time.
Oh, screw you. And so now, everything works. We're in the green. And now I can upgrade my suit. And all it takes is, for some reason, scrap. I kind of want to change the color of my rig. I like it black, even though it's already black. Kind of silly, I know. So these are our implants. They essentially work as things we insert into our exosuit to give us upgrades. This one is a health boost. It gives us an instant jump to our health so we don't die very quickly. This one is the one that creates the high-pitched whine. This one lets me see health gauges, so you know I can actually tell if an enemy's hurt or not. And this one sort of increases damage if I activate it. However, I couldn't activate it before because I didn't have the power ability, or the ability to use power from my suit. This is basically a health upgrade. It overall increases my health. So it's kind of helpful, but not really what I need for right now.
Connection to database
Let me
restored.
use it.
Checking database.
So if you see up there in the bottom or top left of my screen that another blue bar has appeared, that's going to increase as I do damage.
Redeemed.
Loot. So now I can make armor. Or I can't because I don't have enough scrap. But, so each different piece of armor requires a different, unique piece broken off of an enemy. So I'm going to stand here and farm for a little bit, and I'll come back when I've actually got some stuff on me. And actually, I'll show you how this system works. So if you see, I've reached that threshold with a saw on it. After an enemy has reached a certain amount of health, they become vulnerable for me to just hold E. And when I do, I full-on cut off a limb. It's pretty awesome. Depending if the gear is a set that I don't currently have, it will give me a new piece, or it will simply just give me the armor, or the materials for breaking down that piece. So everything from arms to chest to head to legs has a different piece of armor, or material that it needs to upgrade. And now I'm going to get a weapon. It's going to be basically a buzzsaw hand axe. The vibro cutter. I can just equip it. It's pretty cool looking. It's basically a sword. Sadly, I only have one arm and one leg, so I kind of look kind of silly. Woo! There's a few different styles of weapons. As you can see, what these guys are using are more heavy one-handed weapons. There's different things from staves to one-handed arm weapons, like I'm using now, a one-handed weapon, like a sword. A heavy one-handed, which is basically drilled into your arm. Or there's two-handed heavy weapons, which are big axe-like things, or big pneumatic weapons. There's also two-handed weapons, which take up both arms, but are extremely fast, even if they don't do a whole lot of damage. The hardest part that I would say to actually dismember off enemies is going to be the chest, just because it's generally the most tanky part of the body. And when enemies are taking a lot of damage from you, they're also going to be hitting you a lot. And as you can see, full on cut in half. For some reason, when you kill them, they just kind of burn up, so you can't actually get anything more from them. Kind of silly, but, you know, not that outlandish to regulate you getting different amounts of pieces. So now I should have the ability to craft every piece from this set, but that doesn't mean I have the materials, so I'll have to farm for those, and I'll come back when I actually have a full set. Talk to you later.